Well, YouTube is ready. We are good to
Okay,
go.
hold on.
Hello, YouTube.
Millions of fans, as always.
So many millions.
Uncountable.
Okay, let me sit down. Clearly, I'm not ready, right? Whatever.
What?
Okay. What book did we do? Everlast. Okay. I didn't like this book because I just didn't fucking get it in the end. I just there was too much for me.
Hmm.
There was too many time loops. There was too many people controlling the time loops. There was too much back and forth. There was too much deaths. There was too much. I was like, okay. And I know the entire book was like yearning. I was supposed to be yearning and like love and whatever. I still didn't get it in the end. I felt like they were just two people faded. Yeah, they were faded. But was it because they were just there time and time again, or because they actually? And I'm sure they actually loved each other. But then, like, I don't know why I'm going first. Again, I just was like, wait, what the fuck? The kid, they had them having a life, and then the kids dying, and then doing it again, and then they had kids, and then they ended up being dragons, and then they ended up being children of the yew tree, and I was just like, it's just too much for me. It's just too much for me. Like I don't fucking get it. And I think I extra did not get it because when they got the book the first time, and this could be just like comprehension issues, but like when they got the book the first time, I remember saying a line somewhere saying that they didn't know where the book was going to send them. It was like entirely up to the book. But then, like, past that, they always chose where they were going. And I was like, wait, I thought they didn't know where the book was going to send them. You know what I mean? I don't know. All to say, like, I think intricate time loops is like up there with historical fiction with me, where I'm just like, I don't know if I like that genre anymore.
Hmm.
So I need you guys to jog my memory a little bit more for me to have more to say. But that's like the gist of it. Is just like it just got too complicated for me to really enjoy it. And there was just too many like red strings trying to connect in the back of my head for me to like actually like sit and process and like the book. Um they loved each other, sure. Viven was an evil person who was actually her mother, but she wasn't her mother because she was a seed from the tree. You know what I mean? It was just like I honestly think like I didn't like it because of like comprehension issues. So that's my hot take. But other than that, I mean, it was it was cool. It was all right. Uh, yeah, that's all I have to say.
Fair enough. Oop.
Is it me or is
It
it
is
you?
you. It is you.
Okay, okay. Um, so the point where we stopped at, it was super confusing at that end. Like I had no idea what was happening. I didn't even try to understand it because like I did not get it at all. But after reading the whole book, I'm like, yeah, okay, I see it.
Damn, I
It was
didn't.
not bad. I liked it actually. I liked the whole going back and forth thing. I liked how she was like controlling everything. I don't know. I found it interesting, but also with these kind of stories, it was a bit like that book we read before, like them going back and back and back until you don't even really know like where you are. Um, yeah, so books like this, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt because like it's not a textbook. It's not meant to be understood 100%, I guess, because like if you were to ask me to explain the time jumps and everything, I can't tell you like exactly the scientific reasoning behind it, but like if you just take it at face value, it's enjoyable. I didn't mind it too much. um the whole thing where they had kids and then they didn't, that was weird. And then at the start she was like, oh, it's like getting rid of a bad tooth, and I was like, oof, okay, that was weird. But I don't know, I think I need someone to jog my memory too, because like I didn't like dig deep into it, but I liked it overall. Huh. That's basically it. I don't have a lot to say.
Okay. Um, I also ended up liking this book. I thought that it was pretty darn good. It's not like crazy high territory, but basically like where we broke in the middle, and I was like wondering if it was going to go bad or if it was going to go good, and I was assuming it was going to go bad. I was totally wrong, because all of like most, if not all, at least all of like the important like big questions in my mind were answered, and they were answered pretty deftly. Like I didn't uh yeah, even like there, I don't really know. I'm still not a great person to judge like whether or not like a love story is good or not, but I at least like understood it, and I understood even her loving him, because yeah, you can ask if they were like fated or they were just like stuck in a room together, but like to me those can end up kind of being the same thing, and I think they were just kind of stuck in a room together, and they had been stuck in a room together for like hundreds of years, and so that at least made sense too. And uh I also, there's also like a good amount that like I don't quite understand, but it's leaving me like books sometimes do, where I'm okay with my lack of understanding on certain parts, because the core chunks I understood well enough, and it fit surprisingly cohesively together. Uh and there was a couple of times too, and I like really appreciated this. I don't know how often this has ever actually even happened to me, but it happened in this book maybe like 3 times, where again, like one of those things that I hate is like figuring stuff out before I'm supposed to figure it out, because I don't know, I hate that feeling. And there was 3 times in this book where I figured it out about 30 seconds before he figured it out. And I was like, "Damn, that's awesome." That means that they gave just enough clues for the protagonist to get it and for me to get it at the same time. That basically like never happens to me. I either most of the time guess it too early, or then when that does happen, it's like I'm still clueless, and then they say it and I'm like, oh. But it was really cool like figuring stuff out, like literally like sometimes like seconds before. I think I wrote one of them down. Uh, oh, the fact that the tree was made into pulp and turned into the book, I realized that probably about 10 seconds before he did, and I was like, "Damn, that's I don't know exactly." And the fact that it happened multiple times, I don't think that that's like an accident. I think that because I like books that don't do you favors. I like books where you like have to think hard and like have to dig deep to like understand, instead of just like it like putting it on a platter for you. I like TV shows like that. I like movies like that, where it's just sort of like, yeah, you just kind of got to like dig if you choose to dig, sort of thing. And this kind of had like the like just the right amount of that, on multiple levels, so that was also pretty cool. Um let me see. I still don't fully understand what the chime was by the end of it. I think that, so that was when something was being erased from the story, right? Did you guys get that?
Yeah, that's what I ended up interpreting it
It
as.
was erased. Yeah. So then the only thing though, I'd have to. Well, I'm never gonna do this. I'm not gonna go back and reread this just to figure this out. But like, remember how I was saying, and you probably even saw that one that I like noted in chat, the one at 17 minutes. It was kind of like this, where like he was saying something, and it like felt more like a mind wipe. It felt more like a memory wipe, like like something was getting covered over. But I guess he was
Yeah,
just covering it over, and I guess that's fine. It's just I thought it was being done to him, but maybe it is fine for it to have always been his choice. I don't quite know. I don't know.
I didn't physically read the book, but I didn't take it as like him erasing it. And I should probably like read a physical book. But what I interpreted that as at the end was like him crossing it out and like writing something else. Like that just wasn't the right line. But I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like I said. At least towards the beginning ones, they were done in a way where it felt like the bad girl, like the bad lady, was like making him forget something. But
Mhm.
well, and actually, now that I think about it, I guess at that point she was, because she was still in control of the book. Maybe I didn't really think about that, because like he only had the power to be doing that towards the end, I guess. I don't know, but again, like for whatever reason, me not quite understanding that, I'm like cool with it because I thought that the lore was cool. I thought that like the mystery was cool, and yeah, I think I'm probably gonna end up giving this like a 4. Didn't quite get to
Damn.
like a. I think for me is like a. I think I'm impressed enough with the weaving. Like I like a good room full of red strings, unlike you. And I think she did a pretty damn good
Mind
job
it?
with all of the red strings. I think she did a fantastic job with it. It's just at the same time I didn't enjoy it like red string wise. I kind of want to give this book almost like a 5 because I think she just did a really great job. But I didn't enjoy it like a 5. I enjoyed it more like a 4. I think just because of like the actual like fact that it was. I think it's still like just like that extra stuff we were talking about, that extra kind of like agenda that was in there. Even though I gotta say, for having that agenda, this was probably like the most well told agenda I've ever seen. Like by the end of it, I didn't doubt at all that she was a badass knight and he was kind of like a pansy guy. Like it just worked. It she was huge. She was strong. I think, yeah, she was actually huge. We were wondering if she actually looked like
No,
Brienne
yeah,
of
she
Tarth, but
was.
by the end of it, no, she really was actually Brienne of Tarth. Uh, so, but at the same time, like if this was just like more traditional, and it was like, and it was like it was just a guy knight and a princess, and the future didn't have all like so many of these like dystopian aspects, would I have just enjoyed it more? I don't really know, but something about it didn't quite make me like absolutely love it. But I think she did a really good job with this book, especially for how damn convoluted it was in the midpoint. She pulled it out surprisingly well to me, because the reason why I didn't think that she was going to do that is because it just felt too broken. But I think she glued it together shockingly well. That was pretty cool.
Somebody give me the TLDR then, because in my head it's one way, but I'm curious as to.
You mean like, I don't even know, like maybe it would go faster, maybe it would make more sense if you say what you think happened and we correct? Is that more embarrassing? Should we not do it that way? Oh gosh. So instead we just have to like retell the book to save your
Give me the
embarrassment.
clip
Yeah, I
notes.
mean,
um
from what I understood, it was the whole history is always told from the perspective of the victor, right? But this was
mhm.
like, okay, but what if you can go back and change the story to
Yeah, it was
suit your
that, but in a
agenda?
literal sense. Yeah, like the most
Yes,
extreme version of
exactly.
that, which is a pretty cool
Yeah,
concept. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so the first half, Vivienne was in charge of the timeline. It was her doing all of that. And then the second half was, okay, like, no, we're going to get a hold of it. We're going to
Yeah.
redo it. And we're
And
going
it
to redo how
might
we do. We're
and it
going
might have been even more like first like 70% was her and then last
to, okay.
30 was him, right? Like cuz like most of the book was her. And in fact, what I'm still like not quite clear on is like it seemed like she was even in control while they were on the run and while they had the
That's,
book with them.
I think
But
that's what confused me.
yeah, but I think that like I was confused about that, and then when I realized that the book was not the actual true source of the power, I was like, okay, so she can still operate without it then. Do you know what I
Okay.
mean?
And the U
Uh,
tree was the
the
power.
Utron was the actual power, and
Okay.
then even beyond that, the U tree wasn't the actual power. Dragon
It
seeds are
was,
are the actual power,
yeah, that's okay.
and
Okay, so,
and
okay.
yeah. No, I think that was like mostly it. And now, actually, now that I think about it, man, if there was a
Was
world where
Una
there was
really
two yew
her daughter?
trees, damn. Wait, what?
Was Una really her daughter? No, right? Una was a dragon seed?
No, Una was really her
yeah,
daughter.
sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But,
But
and,
not dragon seed, right?
Well,
a dragon
Like,
heart,
because
yeah.
yeah, she had that also in her. So
to
was
to
she
to me, it
fully
was more
human?
of like
Or,
the dragon seed that was more of like a merger rather than her coming
yeah.
from a seed. Yeah. Because then
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
he also merged with a dragon seed at the end,
Yeah.
but he wasn't
And he
like born of a
became,
dragon. Yeah.
and then he was born under the yew tree. Fully fledged adult, ready to fuck and have children.
Well, you
Sit
want to
and
make
watch
it
them grow.
if you want to make it weird, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what happened, right? He just like reincarnated magically
uh,
at the same exact moment in time she needed to meet him to have children and babies and start it all over again.
I guess so. To me, it was like once the growth was like ready for that to happen. I guess because like
Mm.
but that was a part that wasn't like that well explained. And again, like I'm cool with that. But yeah, more or less, you got it close,
Okay.
close as we
Okay.
should
And I
have
like it.
gotten.
At 3.5.
Huh. Okay.
I know I'm not stupid, but maybe I was just like
This
more
was a
upset that I didn't want
very
to understand
convoluted
it.
timeline. I could imagine
No.
it hurting a brain or two. And I mean, this was. Yeah, I think that the only thing that would have made this more convoluted is if it was actual historical fiction and it was going
Oh my
between
god, don't do that.
real event. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
And then because on top of this, we would have to like know like okay, so this is in Paris and that was around when this was
Uh-huh.
happening, and then that would have made it like mind-boggling. At least with this, like it was easier to roll with the punches because you don't even know what the hell this world is, and so everything was sort of fine. Yeah, that would have made it probably like too much.
So in the retelling or like the brand new version, they kill off Vivek completely, right?
Uh, yeah. Like in a pretty I'd say like in a pretty cliche uh Back to the Future time way, they went to her like before they
When she
had
was
the
a kid.
power and they killed her,
Yeah, that's what I
which
thought.
is
Okay.
like how yeah
Okay, so
how
I did get it. I just
yeah
okay. So I did
yeah.
understand it. I just did not like it then.
So you did understand it, you just didn't
Yeah.
feel like you understood it because it was like
Yeah.
so like you were
Convoluted.
unsure about like every single
Yeah.
little
I
thing
was
because it was like it wasn't clear enough. Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's pretty
That's
fair. That's pretty
so I did
fair.
understand. Okay, good. Thank God I'm not stupid. No, I did understand it. It was just like, okay, maybe I'm not understanding it right because I thought it would be I guess maybe I thought it'd be simpler than that, but no, it was like pretty it was like pretty intricate. I
Yeah.
still didn't really care about it, to be honest with you in the end.
Mm.
I don't know. So
To
Did
your
you
point, what I still don't quite understand is how they controlled where they would go and how and when that would happen.
I am telling
It
you,
was
there was a
clear.
line in the fucking book
I don't
that
remember
said,
that line, so I don't know
we
about
don't
that.
know. The book
But
sends
in
you where it wants to send you. And then they managed to choose every single time when they were on the run. And I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. I remember that. Viven said it to
oh well, she
Owen.
was probably lying. I
Okay,
guess
then
if
that makes
that's the
sense.
case, yeah. Because it was just very
No,
clear in
I'm
practice
gonna
that
find
you
it.
could choose. You know what I mean? Like it was obvious that you could choose that she was
I'm gonna
able to
poke with
choose the
her.
whole time. So she was probably just lying. If it was her that said it. If it was more like the book said it. Actually the book never really said anything. It was always only Mallory or someone else. So yeah, I don't know. But I was wondering that too, like how they chose like you just like thinking about it and then you spill
Yeah.
your blood and then that's probably it is just exactly how it works, but it wasn't. That being more
did
clear
you
would have been
guys
cool.
catch her real name? Like at the end, he was like, "Well, I'm gonna scribble it in the margins of my book. No one's ever gonna see it." Did you
Yeah.
guys catch that name? Was it Glinda? Oh,
It was
something
Glinda,
like
and
that.
she ended up being the professor in the very beginning.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
I
I that one I because they pretty much like every time he interacted with her, there was like a little baby clue dropped kind of like about her like physical or I guess kind of like her that one I kind of saw coming, but I didn't like know for sure. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got. Actually, when they were
okay, good.
first doing that, and then it wasn't it because then it was just like dropped. But I thought that what the book was going to make us do was actually decode the last few sentences. Because you know how he was saying I
Yeah.
like yeah right where you like I think it was like when you use bad punctuation it's like a two and in good whatever it is like
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah.
crazy if like to figure out her name you had to actually pull out the book and do his decoding. That would have been kind of dope. But then they just dropped it, which I guess was fine because I never would have done that, but that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm giving it a 4 and I'm writing in 4.5. That's what I'm doing.
Damn.
And you're
No,
at
it's
three
a
and a
three.
half. Oh, so
Three
you're
and a
at
half.
3. Yeah, Manel,
Three
what
and a
do you
half.
think it is?
And- Yeah,
Also 3.5.
yeah. But I don't know if
Yeah,
I rated a 4 or a 3. 3. I'm like between the two.
yeah. No,
I'm
I
not
hear you.
rating it a 4 because I would never recommend it to anybody unless they wanted to like be brain fucked and like really, you know.
I would
I was going
recommend this to
through
a
the
good amount of
reviews.
people.
No.
A lot of people seem to like this book, though. I was just reading through the
Oh.
reviews after I finished. I was like, okay, interesting.
Yeah, this is
Maybe I'm stupid.
to me I would actually recommend this relatively highly to someone that's not super fantasy and probably to like dudes.
But yeah, I wasn't very.
Only because fantasy these days means a lot more than simply just dragons. Usually there's like romantic fantasy, all that stuff that like dudes are like listen to. The love story was just sort of like there and fine, but it wasn't like it was in no means like the point of it. I wouldn't expect anyone would ever like point at this book and go like, oh, this is a romantic whatever, because it just wasn't.
Well, see, that's the thing. Most of the reviews were praising the love story, but I didn't
Oh
see it.
really?
Okay, see, I think
Not even
that's.
a minute thought that they loved each other. Like they were like, eh. I didn't
I
get
think
the sense
that's
that
my
they
issue
loved
with the
each
book.
other.
Is
Yeah.
that like it's framed as a love story? Like in the description of the book, it's just like true love, like rewriting
That's
history
true
through
on
it.
the
And I
it was like
didn't get that.
a lie,
Yeah.
a something, a love story or whatever it is. That's true. It's like right on the cover. Yeah, and that's fair. I can understand, because to me this love story was just as good as one of the love stories you'd probably think that was like that you like loved. I don't know. I can't gauge these very well. This one I at least like I mentally got it, so I was like I'm happy about that. But generally I'm not like in the feels about any of these, so like I don't even know. But that's fair. But the fact that like the majority of people thought that it was like ooh the love story, like I can't even, that doesn't make any sense to me. Interesting.
Yeah.
I did think like all of the sex scenes were really funny because Owen liked it fucking rough, and they did no
No,
shortage of like letting people
and
know
they,
that
I mean,
Owen liked
they
it.
took the role reversal like all the way. And
Yeah.
again, like I kind of like it. I don't like that. I don't want like I'm not gonna be like switching up like my porn profile to for like femboys or something like that. Like I think it's like weird, but I think it was like explained and well done pretty well to
Yeah.
where like as it was happening, I was like, yeah, I could understand him being slapped around. Yeah, good on you, man. Like it just it like made sense, even though it was
Yeah.
just weird. It was weird. It was weird. Her
I'm like
being the
even
guy and like taking him, right? Like that quote thing of like
yeah.
a guy takes a woman. She was taking him, and that was just very
Yeah.
interesting. That was
Or even Una being such a soldier, or like that like he needed to tell her you can come. I thought that was really funny too. Like
yeah.
their sex was very much like to them, like very, and I thought that was a good part. I was like, oh okay, that's interesting. Not that I thought it was like a good part, but I was like, oh okay, like this is funny. Like it kind of makes sense.
Because yeah, to me it all like made sense, and to me that's like the highest grade I can give a love story. Unfortunately, I don't really I don't really have like the other side too well, but I thought it made pretty darn good sense.
Yeah.
Let me see. I have like other notes. I think I talked about all of them though. Yeah, 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 yeah. I think that's. I one thing that like I still don't understand, and I don't even understand within the book what was actually happening now that I look back at it. Like while he was living this, or the book was only there just for blood. He was never writing in it, or was he writing in it a lot of
I thought
times?
I was writing in it, and every time they reset the story, it
It would
erased.
go blank and then he like redoes it. So did he
Yeah.
need to write in it? I think that's like one of the parts that like I didn't understand. Like, was that a requirement for the magic to work?
I don't know.
I'd say no, because you can also just bleed on the tree and it'll do whatever the hell you want. So I didn't get if he was writing or why he was writing. Because at a certain point I started thinking like, oh, is this just him like talking and not so much like writing in the actual book? I don't know. I didn't quite understand that, but
I didn't get that either.
I was like, I was fine with it, I guess, but I didn't understand that. I'd like to think he was writing in it, but then it makes the fact that the U tree can just do whatever the hell it wants kind of weird.
Well, no, he did have to write in it because he made all those errors, remember? So he was physically writing it. So.
Fair, fair. Oh, unless was he writing in those journals that he also brought? And
It could have
then
been the journals.
the book he was just keeping blank. But then at that point, well, no, I guess the point of it would have been because it's a time machine. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know. I'll bet you that one, if I like combed over the book again, I could probably figure it out because it's probably like in there ish. But I don't care. I'm not going to go back. But interesting.
Wasn't the book empty at one point and then like written through in another storyline? So he was writing in it, right?
Mhm.
Like at the towards the end, like he
Yeah,
opened the
that's
book
true.
expecting it to be blank, but there was like a story. So he had
Yeah,
to have
yeah,
written it.
okay, that's true. Well, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Anywho, I think that's about it. Any other thoughts?
No, 10 out of well, not 10 out of 10 for me, but decent enough.